Hi friends, my name is Akil Ahmed. I am a senior software engineer. In this particular video tutorial, I will show you how to execute the packages dynamically in SSIS using execute package task. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is how to execute the child packages dynamically in SSIS using the execute package task. So execute package task can be used in several cases. So one of the case can be when we have complex workflow for a particular package, then we can split the complex package into smaller tasks, and each task can be executed separately as a single package. Sometimes it's seen that a particular kind of work is required in different processes, so that kind of similar work we can put in a single SSIS package, and that SSIS package can be used in different projects using the execute package task. And then we can create separate package for each smaller task. So for example, we need to do a bigger task, and that bigger task has, for example, 5 subtasks. So we can create one package for each individual task, thus creating 5 packages, and then we can execute all those 5 packages using the execute package task. In this video tutorial, we will be creating a pkg underscore details SQL Server table that will contain information about the packages. Those will be executed by the parent package. So we will create this particular table pkg underscore details. It will contain like ID as an identity column, package folder path, package name, and an active flag. So we will create this particular table, and it will contain all the information about the packages. Those will be executed by the parent package. And this is a logs table. So whenever a particular package will be executed by the parent package, so the child package information will be inserted to this particular table. So without wasting time, let's jump to the demo. So this is my SQL Server Management Studio. I have created the script for this particular table pkg details. So we will insert the package folder path or all the child packages to this particular column, and then the package name will be inserted to this particular column. So let's create the pkg underscore details table. Okay, and this is the logs table. So we will make an entry whenever a particular SSIS package will run into this particular table. So let's jump to the SQL Server Data Tools 2013. So this is my SQL Server Data Tools 2013 that I will be using to create the SSIS packages. So let me just rename the main package that we will be using to create the child packages. So let's rename the package as parent package, and then let's create the child packages. So this will be our first child package. We can name it as child package 1.dtsx, and let's drag and drop and execute SQL task into the control flow window, and let's insert an entry into the SQL Server logs table. Insert a record to logs table. So this is a child package, and we can do any kind of work here. So like for the demo purpose, I'm just showing you that we will insert a record using the child package to the table, so that you can see that the child package is actually executing from the parent package. So let me make a connection to the SQL Server database. So I'm using this particular database connection, my local machine, and the testing database in this particular demo. And let me insert a record into the SQL Server table named logs. Okay, let me copy the insert query from here. So we will make an entry into the logs table, like record inserted from child package, record inserted from child package, and the child package name is already child package 1.dtsx. Okay, click OK. So whenever this particular package will execute it will make an entry into the logs table, that record inserted from child package. Okay, and now let me add one more package to this particular solution, and now let's name the second package as child package 2, and then insert a record as record inserted from child package, and the package name will be child package 2.dtsx. So whenever this second package will get executed, it will make an entry into the logs table mentioning that record inserted from child package, and then the child package name will be child package 2. Okay, so now we are done with configuring the child packages, and now let's go back to the parent package. So this is our parent package, and as we need to execute the child packages from here, so let's go back to the SQL Server table from which we will be reading the information. Okay, so from this particular table we will be reading the information about the packages, child packages. Those will be executed by the parent package. So mainly we need the value of these two variables, package folder path and package name, these two columns. So let me copy the package folder path from here, and let me create an SSIS variable, package folder path. We can change the data type to string, and then let me just copy the full path from here, paste it here. We need only the package folder path. Okay, and then let me add one more variable, and its name can be package name, and the data type can be string. It can be child package 1.dtsx. So the values to these variables, these are not mandatory. I'm just putting the values, default value, to create the SSIS package, but the values to these variables will come actually from the SQL Server table. And now let me add one more variable, full package path, and then change the data type to string as well. And now let's go to the expression, and then combine the data from the package folder path and from the package name. Okay, so now this particular information, this particular SSIS variable, this variable full package path, will contain the package folder path plus the package name. So this value we can pass to the execute package task. Now let me drag and drop the execute SQL task, and also let me create one more SSIS variable named obj packages, and it will be of data type object, because we will be using the ATO.NET for each loop container. So this is the object type variable. Get all SSIS packages to execute. Okay, so we will actually get all the packages, those we need to execute, all the child packages from the SQL Server table. So we can write the query like select package folder path and package name, where active is 1. Now let's insert the information about the child packages. Those will be executed by the parent package. Insert into package details values. So ID is an identity column, so it doesn't need any input. And then the second column is package folder path. So let me just copy the package folder path from here, and then we can name the package child package name, the package that we need to execute, and then the active. So active will be 1 for now, and then the second package will be child package 2. Okay, so you can execute this particular query. So it will recreate the package details table and will insert two records like child package 1 and child package 2. So you can insert as many number of records as you want, and the packages should however exist in the solution. So now the parent package will execute these two child packages. Okay, so copy this query, which will actually select these two SSIS packages, child package 1 and child package 2, from the SQL Server table, and these packages will be executed by the parent package. Okay, and now let's change the result set to full result set, and under the result set change the name to 0, and the variable name will be obj packages. Okay, and now let's drag and drop the for each loop container into the control flow window, and then connect the execute SQL task with the for each loop container. Right click and edit the for each loop container, go to the collection, change it to AD enumerator, and under the AD object source variable select the obj packages, and under the variable mapping the first SSIS variable is package folder path and the second one is package name, this one, package folder path and package name. Click OK, and now we can drag and drop the execute SQL task into the for each loop container, and you can rename it pre-log and right click and edit it, make a connection. And now go to the expressions, and then under the SQL statement source go here and insert a record, like copy this particular query and then insert the record into logs table. That package is started for which package, we can provide the package name by the SSIS variable package name. So just drag and drop the package name here, and then close the quotation mark, evaluate expression. So expression is successful. Okay. So whenever a child package will execute it, so before executing a child package, it will say that package is started, and then it will then execute the child package. So let's drag and drop the execute package task into the control flow window. So this is the execute package task, and now let's connect the pre-log with the execute package task. Call child package, and right click and edit the execute package task. Go to the package, under the reference type change it from project reference to external reference, and then change the location to file system, and then make a connection, make a new connection, browse the package. So you can browse the child package one for now. Click open, OK, and then click OK. So right now this particular execute package task will actually execute the child package one, but as we need to execute the packages, those will be actually get from the SQL Server table. So we can make the connection string dynamic. So go to the properties of child package one, and then under the expressions change the property connection string to the package full package path. Okay, evaluate expression. So this will actually contain the full package path. Click OK. So now this connection is dynamic, you can see FX sign here. And now let's copy and paste this pre-log here. This time it will be post log, and then connect the execute package task with the execute SQL task, change the expression here. So now this time it will say package completed, and the package name will be against it, package name, child package one for now, but it will be dynamic as per the package. So our package is complete, and if you execute the SSIS package, so what should it do? It should actually get all the package information from this particular table, pkg_details table, insert a record into the table, logs table, like package started, which package, it will say it, and then it will actually execute the package. So whenever the package will get executed, it will also insert an entry into the table, like record inserted from child package, and it will say the name of the package. So let's go back to the parent package, and now let's execute the parent package. So it has executed all the child packages, and if you go back to the SQL Server and you rerun the select star from logs, so you can see that first of all child 1 package is started, and then record inserted from child package, and then the child 1 package got completed, and then child 2 package is started and record inserted from child package 2, and then child 2 package got completed. So this way, if you will insert more records into this particular table and add a child package here, then without touching the parent package you can execute as many child packages as you want. So let me show you adding one of the package. So right now it's child package 2, so let me just copy and paste it, and for example let's name the child package as child package 3. Okay, and then rename the query and say it like record inserted from child package 3. Okay, so I'm not going to touch the parent package, and now let me just insert a record here in the SQL Server table and say it like package 3. Okay, and now let me execute this particular query. Okay, so now it should actually read all information from the SQL Server table for all 3 packages, and now let me clear the loss table as well. Okay, and now if you go back to the parent package and simply execute the parent package without modifying anything. So once the parent package is completed, so if you go back to the SQL Server and you select data from logs table, so you will see that the package is started for child package 1, 3 records for child package 1, 3 records for child package 2, and then 3 records for child package 3. So this way you can insert as many child package information as you want into this particular table. Okay, and then the same packages will get executed by the parent package. To make this particular process even more better, you can do some more things as well, like maybe you can you can select the data based on this ID column, or maybe you can insert one more column here like sort order, and then you can assign a value to the sort order. So based on the sort order you can execute the child packages from this particular table, package details table. Thanks guys for watching the video, and if you like the video then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos and SSIS and other related technologies. Thank you so much.